Whitley's favorite show gives Abe a new perspective today on Days of Our Lives. Leo expects to find true love. Dimitri hesitantly gets ready to see Gwen, and Kate wants Harris to kill Megan. Megan discovers Dimitri reading a document while wearing a robe in the Dimera great room. Reminding her son of their lunch with Megan, Dimitri says he won't be going. He snarks that she left out certain information about getting married for his inheritance while holding the will. In addition to having to be wed for at least a year, if he weds on false pretenses, he will not receive any money. He only needs to slightly ratchet up the charm and romanticism with Gwen, according to Megan, and he won't need to be smitten. Dimitri was hoping to have some fun since he had just been released from prison. But if he's portraying the role of the loyal husband, it will be challenging. Gwen expects Dimitri to give her the scoop of a lifetime in her hotel room. Leo sardonically remarks that while her life is perfect, his is over. He confesses, lying face down on the bed, that he visited his mother in prison after telling Jada about his mother. Diana, on the other hand, immediately went on the attack with a tirade titled, "Why Leo Stark is a worthless human being that nobody could ever possibly love." There are no new leads on Abe, Roman informs Kate after hanging up with Jada at the pub. John and Steve ask Roman to join them in their search. Harris walks in and says he's there to watch over Megan. He feels Roman would prefer he simply avoided the situation. Whitley walks into Paulina's hospital room as she is on the phone. Paulina stops the astonished nurse as she turns to leave. She thanks Whitley for looking after AB while he was there as she hangs up the phone. Without her, she is unsure of what they would have done. Whitley exclaims how wonderful it was to care for Abe and how terrible it is that Colin is accused of abducting him. She is told by Paulina that Colin is not the kidnapper. She sobs since she doesn't know when she will see her husband again. Whitley wraps her in a consoling arm. Abe watches Old Body and Soul episodes at Whitley's place when Rafe knocks on the door. While pausing the video, Abe finds it difficult to rise up from the chair. Rafe shouts that he is the police and that Whitley has to speak with him. When Abe recognizes the voice, he warns Whitley not to open the door for the police in a quick flash. Abe is hesitant. Rafe exits, frustrated. At the pub, Roman acknowledges that he detested what transpired between Harris, Beau, and Hope, but that Harris was willing to risk everything for Katie. Roman will always owe him for that. Harris tells Kate he needs to get a job after Roman departs. She offers to pay him for getting Megan out of the way. Megan contemplates at the mansion that the enormous sum of money Dimitri will receive makes it worthwhile to fake a marriage. The Dimera inheritance must be split with the rest of the family, but the von Leuschner fortune is entirely ours. She points out that she has made a lot of sacrifices for him over the years, when he objects to her usage of the word ours. He may make up for it by seducing Gwen and getting them all that nice money. As Kristen approaches, he departs to change, wondering what Megan has planned to comfort Leo in their room as he laments the fact that none of his lovers ever stayed. Perhaps Diana was correct. Gwen laments having a bad mother, yet everything they have ever said about them is just nonsense. Leo tells Gwen how much he loves her after being moved. All they need now to be swept off their feet is for two gorgeous, well-dressed strangers. Leo is confident that both of them will find true love soon. But they'll get married to each other if neither of them finds a husband. Rafe visits Paulina's room to have a conversation with Whitley about Abe. Whitley hems, saying that Abe was quite perplexed. She informed his doctor about his situation, but after that, she stopped seeing him. She wishes she could be of more assistance, but she will continue to pray for the mayor. Abe worries that the attacker may have just arrived at the house. He gets a headache, but he needs to figure out how to defend himself. He must wait till Paulina gets home. He rubbed his forehead and started the old episode again. In it, Deidre Hall's curly-haired character Charlemagne puts on makeup while sporting a glittering blue blazer. She is confronted by Cassandra, played by Mary Beth Evans, another woman. Cassandra swears they will settle their differences once and for all while sporting a purple fur coat and long brown hair. The big-haired women catfight over who is chosen as the year's Woman of the Year, shooting each other soap opera glares in the process. Abe finds it hard to accept that is the cause of their argument. They then start fighting over an amnesic man named Rhett. Kristen interrogates Megan about her plans at the house. Dimitri shows up with a suit and tie before Megan can say anything. He ponders how he can persuade an unknown reporter to marry him. Gwen, according to Megan, is in dire need of a new man in her life. Kristen advises him to capitalize on her hurt from Xander abusing and using her. Before he leaves, Megan hands him a dossier on Gwen. Later, Kristen predicts that Megan will require an army to subdue all of her foes. Megan concurs and adds that she will also require a commander, preferably one who has just arrived in Salem. Harris informs Kate at the pub that he only killed previously because he was brainwashed. He still has it in him, Kate is confident. She also has a lot of cash, which he needs. No matter what Megan did to Harris, he would never be able to become a hitman. She'll have to look for a replacement. He is urged by Kate to consider her proposal. As Gwen prepares for her lunch at the Salem Inn, Leo switches on body and soul. Leo requests that she not mention him to Dimitri, who during the Alamanian Peacock episode threatened to kill him. Gwen agrees to keep her mouth shut. There is a knock on the door when Gwen is using the restroom. Dimitri's face hardens as Leo opens it for him. You, he replies. Leo sags as his face. A news story about the 2008 mayoral election interrupts Abe as he resumes watching the classic Body and Soul episode. The Carver corporate offices are broadcast live. As he imagines himself at the pub giving an acceptance speech, Abe's eyes swell. He sputters, "That's me," out loud. The mayor is I. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.